Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and this video is going to show the fastest fully upgraded utility vehicles in terms of lap time. We're quickly going to go over the slowest vehicles right now, and as always the position counter is in the top left with the best lap time the vehicle achieved in the top right. This video only focuses on track performance, so if you're interested in top speed where braking, cornering and acceleration aren't relevant, check the link in the description for the top speed testing series. And if you want to know more information about this testing, including the extent to which it's accurate and how useful it is for you personally, have a read of the full description as everything that you need is in there. This video lists all vehicles and is correct as of the Supersport series update. For vehicles added after that or other classes of cars, check the playlist linked in the second line of the description, and feel free to check out my Patreon if you want to get these testing results a few days before the videos go up every Thursday. So before I get into it, I'll just say first of all, the lawnmower is one of the slowest vehicles in the game. It's not actually the slowest, but I would say that it's the second slowest land vehicle in the game. We will see what the slowest land vehicle is in a future video, but with a 6 minute 36 lap time, amazing that it actually got a 6 minutes 36.636. But yeah, the lawnmower is ridiculous, and obviously a lot of these vehicles that you're seeing here, we've had the tractor, we've had the Fieldmaster, the forklift, the air tug, they're all extremely slow. You know, they're not really meant to be taken around a track. But in my need to make sure I cover everything, I will take everything around a track and get a lap time for it, just for, you know, entertainment value, or if nothing else. The caddy that's in the bunker is actually slower than the other caddies, just to point that out here. If you take the caddy out of the bunker, you can't really do that anymore, but there were sort of glitches and ways to do that, or if you mod it into your game, it's not that quick. You know, it is over 2 minutes in its lap time, and we haven't seen the regular caddies yet. But yeah, some very interesting vehicles with these utility vehicles, and this kind of marks the start of, I guess, the more entertainment value or interesting aspects of these lap time testing videos, where we're seeing some very, very different vehicles, some interesting lap times from these interesting vehicles, and you know, the use of it isn't really as high as, say, the supercars video or the sports cars video, because although there are utility vehicle races, most of these vehicles can't actually be used in those races. And then all of the other classes that we've still got to come, we've got industrial, commercial, service, emergency, military as well. A lot of those vehicles can't be used in races either, outside of, say, transform races. So, you know, it is just for entertainment value, but hopefully you guys will enjoy. And I am going to be covering, as I always say, every single class, every single vehicle, both in terms of lap time and top speed. Now, just a quick note here on the utility trucks. There are actually 3 different vehicles in the game that are called utility truck. So I've put my own sort of mini description to them just to tell them apart. There's the cherry picker version first up in 9th place, which is a 144.6. Then we'll see the regular utility truck, which is basically the same as the cherry picker version but without the cherry picker on the back, as you can see here. That's slightly quicker. And then just after that, in 7th place, is the van version of the utility truck as well. Again, they're all called utility truck in game, but they are 3 distinct vehicles and 3 different vehicles entirely. So this is quite an interesting video to have, because I have tested a lot of these vehicles before and they've featured in various videos of part of this series, but the last time I did a proper video just for utility vehicles, it was just basically the vehicles that you can use in utility vehicle races. So, you know, the caddy, the Fieldmaster, the air tug, the lawnmower, things like that. And it's been fun to put them all together and actually see a complete picture. And I've never done the top speed testing for these as well, so we are going into completely uncharted territory when we get to the top speed video for utility vehicles, and then all the others after that. And it's really good to, you know, finally get all of these put together, because like I say, I have done a lot of the testing for these before, but they've been sort of dotted around in other videos where, you know, I've added them on at the end as a bonus or something like that, because I've just never gotten around to testing every single vehicle in these pretty obscure classes, because sometimes they can be quite difficult to do when you can't get them in races, I either have to, try to work out whether I need to do it in a transform race or a special vehicle race for those things, or mod them into the game on PC, things like that. So there's a lot that goes. There's actually a lot more that goes into these videos than, say, the supercars or sports cars, because you can just take all of those into a race and test them easily. Just to point out, on the two caddies are almost the same, but the rusty version of the caddy is slightly slower. And the caddy there in 5th place is the it's the highest up in this list of the stock vehicles that are available in utility vehicle races, but it isn't the best vehicle to use in a stock utility vehicle race because the Faggio is available in those races. So even though the Faggio is in the motorcycles class, it's not in the utility vehicles class, it's not going to be shown here. In its stock form, when custom vehicles are turned off, the Faggio is the one that you want to use if you happen to come across a utility vehicle race. But if customs are turned on, then you ultimately just want to be using the number 1 vehicle in this list, because that is available in utility vehicle races. Now, everything that we've seen up to this point, including the large tow truck in 4th place, have been non-upgraded vehicles because you can't actually upgrade them. In 3rd place with the tow truck, this is the first time that we see a vehicle that you can upgrade. So the tow trucks are only available in single player, but the small version of the tow truck, which gets a 1 minute 32.7, so we're not talking quick lap times by any means, but quick in comparison to the rest of the utility vehicles, you can actually take that into a garage in single player and put upgrades on it, like turbo, transmission, engine, things like that, and that's why its lap time is much better than the large tow truck, because the large and small tow trucks are actually the same under the hood. Now in 2nd place we've got the MOC, only just a small amount quicker than the small tow truck, but pretty impressive for the MOC. This is with the Hauler Custom on the front, getting a lap time of 1 minute 32.6. The Hauler Custom was chosen because it's basically more nimble to get around the corners. In general, the speed difference that you're going to get from the two different vehicles that you can have on the front of an MOC aren't going to make that much of a difference to its lap time, but a pretty good lap time nevertheless for the MOC, getting up into 2nd place. And it is technically the actual mobile operations center body is in the utility vehicles class. But number 1 spot is obviously the Sadler, with a lap time of 1 minute 19.113. It is over 10 seconds quicker than even 2nd place. At this point, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already for new testing videos every Thursday and update videos when new cars are released, and check out other classes in the playlist. But yeah, the Sadler is easily the one that you want to have. I'm not sure, things like the Sadler and the Bison and even the Contender are all very similar type of trucks, and you would imagine that they would be put into sort of a trucks class, but no, they're all kind of dotted around. So we've got the Bison in the vans class, we've got the Contender in the SUVs class, and then we've got the Sadler in the utility vehicles class. Now they're actually, all of them are not too far off each other, at least the Sadler and the Bison. The Contender's pretty quick, but it's a shame that we can't race those trucks together. But ultimately, if you come across a utility vehicle race, as rare as they are, you want to have a Sadler for those situations. If custom vehicles are turned on, the Sadler absolutely demolishes and destroys everything. Obviously, you can compare it to the next best for utility vehicle races, which would be the Caddy that was in 5th place, or check out the motorcycles video to see what kind of lap time the Faggio gets, which would be a potential next best as well. But ultimately, the Sadler will destroy everything for utility vehicle races, and that's probably why we don't really do utility vehicle races that much, apart from when you want to do something a bit silly, like maybe something like this that you're seeing on the screen right now. This is obviously a comparison between the number 1 and the 2nd slowest land vehicle in the game, let's say. This difference in comparison could be even greater if we had the slowest vehicle in the game, which, like I said, we'll see in a future video, and the fastest vehicle in the game. Say we had an oppressor next to it. It would look so crazy to have one vehicle finish in under a minute, and one take 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. It's really crazy how slow these vehicles are, the very, very slow ones. And fun fact about the lawnmower, it's actually quicker to run around this track. Even in 3rd person, sprinting away with your character on foot, you would actually get a quicker lap time by running than you would getting on a lawnmower and driving around. So yeah, we're not going to see the whole lawnmower lap. I'm not going to put the entire thing in, but just know that the lawnmower is incredibly slow, and we've already finished the saddler lap and the lawnmower hasn't even made it past the first few corners yet. So, it's an interesting class, and we got some interesting vehicles both in this class and still to come in future classes as well. Like I said, we will be seeing the slowest land vehicle in the game in a future video. Keep an eye out for the industrial vehicles class video for that one. But that's pretty much it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Remember to read the description for more info, comment with your thoughts, like the video if you enjoyed it, found it helpful, subscribe for more, and consider supporting on Patreon. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.